So you're ready to double your production again? I'm really excited. This is the last video on our 4-part series of how to massively improve how much you can get done in a day and eliminate a lot of the overwhelm that we feel about what we're not getting done and or looking at this massive to-do list. So without further ado, I'm going to talk today about how we can make plans, so make our planning better and make our time more efficient in that plan so that we can get more out of our day. So without any further ado, I'm going to get right into it. I always have to say, in case this is the first video you watch, don't worry, there's linked to all the other videos and you can go back and watch them. These just build on each other so you didn't miss anything and you can go back. But if this is the first time you're seeing me or this first video, my name's Pam and I help small business owners be more productive and get more done and grow their business through simplification and automation, both on offline, website, email marketing, conversion marketing, because we want to make things simpler, better, faster, and cost less, which is always fun. I'd love if any of this helps you. If you didn't already know some of the stuff, I am very proud and excited to be able to share it with you. There's 2 parts to the 4th part. The first one of our planning process of being as productive as possible is set, start, and stop times for certain tasks. This is something that we don't even think that we're not doing, but it is so easy, at least, and just as an example, I design websites and I can create pages and I create campaigns and I do Facebook ads and I do email marketing. I can spend 10 minutes on an email or 2 hours on an email, and it may be 95% the same email. A lot of times when we spend more time on things, we're not necessarily making it better. In fact, sometimes we're making it worse. If you do video recording, these are obviously not the most professional edited, but the difference between 90%, 95%, and 100% could be hours and hours and hours of time. A lot of times in your business or even in your life, you can get to 90% in 10% of the time. It's that other 10, 5% you get above that can take the other 80, 90%. So when we go back to that 80-20 rule, are you spending 80% of your time trying to be perfect, which is not possible, by the way, or would you have been just as good to do or use what you had in those first 20 minutes? If you have 2 hours worth of time to do, did you get just as much done in that first 15, 20 minutes or half hour as you probably got done in the full 2 hours? Because you either just lost track of time, you didn't set a timer, you didn't realize that much time had gone on because you're enjoying what you do. But if you're really honest with yourself, did you do 2 hours worth of work, or did you spend 80% of that time perfecting the work that you did in the first 20 minutes? Let's be real honest, because I've got caught in that game, because I really enjoy when I'm working on website optimization and conversion. If I'm really honest, when I put together a web page, it looks 90% the same as it did in the first 15 minutes as it did in 2 hours a lot of times. So sometimes it's really good, and 15 minutes is a low volume of time. So I'm just using it as an example. But a lot of times, if we really are honest, if this task should take us about 20 minutes or 30 minutes, set a timer, set an alarm, get one of those cheap egg timers, set an alarm on your stove or on your Fitbit or some other device, set an alarm for the amount of time you think it should take you. And then when that alarm goes off, at least within 5 minutes, stop doing that task, walk away from it, either do something else, take a break, walk around for 5 minutes, or come back to it in an hour if you still think there's some more work. The reason I say that is because separating yourself from that task may give you a little bit more perspective of what's really important as far as changes. Does it really need another 5 minutes of tweaking, or does it need another 2 hours of tweaking? And that's only for you to decide. But a lot of times we will spend hours on things that should have only taken 10 minutes or a lot less time because we never really stopped to evaluate and think, does this really need more time, or is another 5 hours worth of work going to only get me 5% better? In business, a lot of growth and a lot of progress is about the progress, about getting a little bit better, not about being perfect. It's not possible. All these gurus, all these people making millions of dollars online, they're not showing you the imperfect side of things, and they're paying a whole lot of money to make themselves look as good as they do in a lot of these regards. And if you're just starting out in business, you do not need to be perfect. In fact, people embrace imperfection because it makes you more relatable, and it makes people understand you better if they can see some of your quirks, flaws, different personality types, rather than your perfect side. Because I don't know about you, I don't want to work with somebody who's perfect, because then it makes me feel a little inferior. I want to work with somebody that is better or at a different state than me, but yet not, but relatable, that actually cares about me. I'd much rather somebody really care about my business and be one step ahead than be massive steps ahead and I feel like I'm always catching up to be around them. So that's step one. Set start and stop times for any task that you want to get done during the day. And so you can do that on your planner. You can do that on your timestamp. It's really good to do. Now, the other thing is plan out your next day or next week. Again, we go back to the goal setting. What's your weekly goal? What's your daily goal? Plan that out the day before. Your brain does amazing things when you sleep, so try to sleep well. Is if you write down what you're going to do tomorrow in the evening or the day before, you will actually write down some of the most important tasks. And when you wake up in the morning, or when you get ready for the day, or when you hit in the office, you're going to get more of those things done because they're already written out. So many of us spend the first hour or two of the day thinking about what we need to get done. Then we might sit down and write down some of them. But I don't know about you. Have you ever gone to the end of the day and your planner day is empty because you just got busy? Which basically means you got nothing done that you absolutely needed to, or maybe you got one or two things, but you weren't 100% sure if those were the most important things. So the two tips is set start and stop times, and make a plan the day before and for the next week so that you know ahead of time what you're getting done, because you'll be way more productive if you have a plan to put in place before you start your day. So I hope you like this video series. I'm planning to do more of these. I have more web growth strategies, business growth strategies, and if you like this video, please like and share it with a friend, and I hope to be able to help you in the future.